Alright, so progress have a little bit. So yesterday at night I started project first person building, not well, for the show game. So I basically started over. I created a couple of problems. Alright. Okay, so a couple of things are gonna happen. So okay, now that my microphone is back to normal volume. Okay, so what I did is I started basically completely over. So I started completely over. I used the top-down template just to get the character going. And this is what our character looks like now. So you can't move or anything. Wait 1 second. Okay. So basically what we have is just this so far. We can't move or anything. We can't really do anything so far. So that's basically what we have so far. And then I created a couple of things. So I created resource type. It's an enum that contains any sort of resource that we'll be able to pick up and gather and use in buildings. This is not a complete list, it's just some of it. So we'll add on to it as needed. Then we have our ghost material that will create, for example, a valid or invalid building. As you can see, there we go. Then, so I'm going to delete these quick. Then we have our construction proxy. I also made a build menu because that's how we're going to pass what we want to build to our proxy. So here, house, stockpile, and mine. I already did that. It should be better now. If you want, I can turn it up a bit more though. I'm hearing myself fine. That sounds very strange though. One second. I might have to quickly reboot my PC. That's fine, whatever. It sounds very like the microphone is in a box. Oh, that's why, because it's above my head. That would help. Let me just hear myself quick. Okay, that's better. So, now, I want to turn it down just a little bit. There we go, perfect. Okay, so where are we going? Oh yes, so we have a build menu. So each of these buttons will create something. So we're actually going to do that now quickly. So when you click house, what I want to do is I want to create actor. That's not great. Sorry, it's spawn actor from class. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically spawn. We could actually make this a function. It's probably be best as a function. So place construction. Okay, so place construction. Great. Now what we need is input of the class. So actually wait, this is the building type, and this is our type. Remember we had that building type done, so there it is, building type. Okay, then we also need a construction time. This is a float. What else would we need? Let's go check out our. I'm going to do something. Save and compile always. There we go. Construction proxy. So what is it that we need in here? Nothing yet. Oh yeah, because we didn't really set it up yet. That's fine. Here's building. That's what we need. So building type, the resource requirements, and the construction type. Okay, so what we do is we actually just need to do construction proxy. I guess let's build the proxy first. So I guess we do a mesh, and this will be our construction mesh. Then we need to use a snapping system. No, this is more like an RTS type of building thing. I'll show you in a second what I mean. Actually, I could probably show you now. No, I'll show you what I mean just now. Not really original. I had to go pretty quick, so I didn't really get to finishing anything. So we kind of just restarted, and we're doing everything from the beginning. I'll explain everything as I get to it. So what do we need? Here we go. We need the mesh, and then what we need is we need to make a couple of variables. Something like construction time. This would be a float. It's exposed on spawn. Then this is materials needed, and this is actually resource type array. Actually no, that's not it. This is resource. What? I thought I had it. Let me find it. Building resources need. That's what it's called. Yes, there you go. So this is building resources needed. Okay. Compile. Then what else do we need? Construction time, materials needed. Then I guess we could have like workers. This will be an integer. Then we need a component of like a, let's say, sphere or box. Doesn't really matter. I'll go for box. So that's going to be attached to this. So if our mesh, for example, is this hut that I made, then this box needs to be quite big, I guess. So, actually, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say construction box extent, and this is a vector 2D, and it is exposed on spawn. So when we construct, we need to grab this construction mesh, the box, then set the extent, set box extent. So then what we do is we grab this, split it, split this, X, Y, and Z will always be like 1000. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. Okay, compile. So this default will be like 500 by 500. Compile. Look fine. Yeah, I guess. Cool. So this construction mesh is not gonna go away. Alright, wow, there's 5 people watching. Welcome everybody. So where do we go from here? So when we place the construction, what we're gonna do is we need to the input will be the building class. So this will be our building class. So here this will be a building master blueprint class reference. So they're going to place construction. So when we make a house, okay, building master blueprint. No, wait. Maybe this shouldn't be a class, then I guess this would be a reference to it. So building master blueprint reference. So I'm just trying to remember how the fuck we did this now. Get class, or actually get object. Yeah, sure. There we go. Return class. This would have to be a class then, wouldn't it? Hold on, we're gonna figure this out now. Aha, here we go, object reference. Right, so this will be our hut, for example. Hut. There we go, blueprint. Still, really? Interesting. Let's do this. What is return? Just an object class. Okay, fine. This is our building to build. This is object. So there we go, and this creates the hut. So when we place construction, I just want to quickly... Actually, yeah, so it's going to spawn... Okay, so it will spawn actor from class. Now, this has to be an actor. No, well, excuse me, motherfucker. Actor class reference. There we go, perfect. Really? Fine, fuck it, I'll just do this. Hut. There we go. Perfect. Works. Place construction. There we go, create the class. Now, the spawn transform. How are we going to do this? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say get player controller. Right. Then I'm going to get mouse. Not get mouse position, but get mouse. Get under mouse, I think it was called. Yeah, hit result under cursor by channel. Visibility is perfectly fine. Now what we want to do is we want to split this and get the hit result location. Okay, so there we go. Collision, always spawn and ignore collisions. Okay, so now if we go to our top-down blueprint, blueprints, and here's our controller. So we're going to make a new graph and call this input, because I like to split my graphs. Right click and we say B, input B. There we go. When we press it, I want to create widget, but we need actually a flip-flop here, so flip-flop. So flip-flop, we're going to create the widget of our build menu, self, and then we want to obviously add it. Add to viewport, and then when we press it again, format it to variable and just call this the build menu widget, just so we don't have to there we go. Now on B, what I want to do is I want to grab this build widget and say destroy. Oh no, it's remove from parent. There we go. So if we press it again, then we'll just remove it. Okay, so if we compile and play, there's our widget. Okay, and there it spawned the house right underneath us. Perfect. Hey Vulcan. That's exactly basically what we wanted to do. But now, it's not going to spawn a house. It's going to actually spawn. Where is it? Build menu. There we go. It's actually. Yeah, it's not going to spawn this actor. It's going to spawn something a little bit different. It's going to spawn a construction proxy. Construction proxy. Now, here's what we need to do. The reason we needed this class is we need to get all the information from that class. So, for example, our construction proxy, this construction mesh, we will have to set it. So, on construction mesh, set mesh, set the construction, no, sorry, set mesh, there we go, sets the static mesh. So now what we need is a here. So this is our construction proxy mesh. So this is like a special, this is basically a special class that's just going to be technically just for looks. Static mesh component, I guess. I could just promote this to a variable, I guess. There we go. This is our copy that away. Delete this, rename construction mesh. It's visible and it's exposed on spawn. So construction proxy mesh, static mesh object, static mesh object reference. Are you happy now? There you go. Thank you. Compile. Okay, so we're gonna set it. So now we're gonna go here again. Just change this to abstract and go again, construction proxy. And there's our proxy mesh. So we get this hit under the cursor in order to find out where our mouse is. That's where it's going to spawn it first. Alright, so what it's actually going to do, it's going to get this. So we need to actually get class defaults. So now what we need to do, actually no, we need to first cast it. Cast to our building MVP. Now, after we've done that, we now can access all of the options in here. So what we need is this. I want to get class defaults. There we go. Now we can see here's our building type. Here's our building resource requirements, and here's our construction time. Construction box extent, we can set that depending on what we're building. So there's our construction time done. Now what we need is, here we need to get mesh, if we can. Can we not get the mesh? Okay, that's fine. So this we need to probably do something like this. So what we do is we need to grab this, set mesh, set the static mesh on construction, which is fine. This is a normal way of doing it. New mesh, we need this as a variable, and just call this our building mesh. Now, the reason we need to do it here is because we technically, oh my god, making building mesh for proxy. There we go. That's fine. We'll have it named as that for now. So this needs to be visible. Great. So now we need to quickly do this again. Get class default. Which was the way to refresh? Sorry. Excuse me. I guess needs to be exposed. So now if we could go to the hut. There we go, hut. So this should be hut. Perfect. Okay, compile. Okay, get defaults. Why is this not showing up? Class defaults. It's there, I mean. Oh wait, this is probably the issue. No, it's compiled. Compiled. Get defaults. Stop being a bitch. Cost to building. Get defaults. You're kidding me. Okay, I'm gonna click close this. And then reopen it. Save everything. Graph. Why? 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 Okay, I guess set. Maybe we just need to get object. No. Cost to that. Yeah, no, it's just casting the cost again. Okay, I can skip that one again. 1 second, just click changing some things, yeah. Yep. So I guess this technically would be the building master blueprint then. Maybe a class reference. So can I just do this? Get defaults? No. But I don't think I have to cast it now. Spawn the actor. Get. Okay, it's fine. We'll just do this for now. We'll do construction time here. Building resource requirements, which we also need. So I'm just gonna make this hut for now. So then construction proxy. We also need to say, actually we could probably, how could we do this? What's a different way we could do this? Let's think. So this. I'm gonna grab the mesh. And then we need to set material. Shoot. This is gonna be a problem because we need more than. Can we get the amount of materials? That's the question. Get material. Get non-materials. Perfect. It's now 4 each. Oh no, sorry, not for each loop. This is for loop -1. Here will be ghost. Ghost material. We're just gonna set it just a normal ghost material because what we need. Go away. What we need is just to set it to the ghost material when we create it. So let's press play. B house. Okay, now I want to do one more thing. Is after we create this, I want to remove from parent self. Great. Okay, so compile. What happened? Non-default value. Okay. Building hut. Okay, there we go. We created the house blueprint thing that it will build, which is good. That's good. Okay, perfect. So now let's quickly add some movement so we can actually do something. So let's go to project settings, input. We can delete all this. Delete. Okay, there we go. We have the move forward and move right. Cool. So now controller on begin play. Begin play. Making like a third person kind of building system. So invent begin play, get controlled pawn. I wanna cast to top down character. Mode variable, and this will be our player character ref. Okay, great. So now we have a reference to our character. So input. When we say forward, axis events move forward. Great. We want to grab the player character, add movement input. We want to get forward. Actually, wait, we need to get the forward vector of our camera. So we need to get the camera. Get camera 1. Get rotation. Then get forward vector. So that's the direction. And the scale is our axes. Great. So if we press play, there we go, we're moving forward. And back. Okay, fantastic. Now we need right. Same thing as before, just replace this and this and this. Now we should be able to move left and right. Why is forward moving? Okay, because I know why. Where is our player? The reason we're moving so slowly forward is because the camera is top down, so it's trying to move into the floor. And remember what I said about, let's try this. No, that's the wrong one. This. Don't inherit your, I think. Yeah, your. Was it pitch? Might be yaw. It might be yaw. Let's just check pitch. See, so we can move left and right normal, but the camera angle is not enabling us to try that. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Camera lag. Cool. What's that mean? Self. Aha, there we go. Use controller, yo. Just need to find the right option to do this in. Roll. Okay, I guess put everything up. Where is this thing? Somewhere here. See, I want him to not use the damn rotation of the camera. Disable the component rotate using the stored relative rotation of the component. Okay, wait, let's do this. And then that. No. Wait. Why does this become so difficult to set this shit up sometimes? See, we need to have it so it doesn't do it pitch. Maybe we should use absolute rotation. Absolute rotation, I guess. It is begin play. Absolute. Maybe I would just rotate the mesh. Come on. Where is this shit? What the fuck is that noise? Jeez. My house makes the strangest noises. And only when I'm not looking at it. I don't want you to look straight on. Just stop it. Play now. Oh wait, actually, you know what we could do is just do this world direction. 0, and this is 90. Let's try that quick. No, that doesn't work. So this right vector, can we maybe break this up? Aha. Okay, so Z. Let's try that. X. I need to figure out which one does what I need it to do. X and Y. Okay, so now if we do this. Aha, okay. So now what I want to do is minus 90. And then replace these two. Okay. Minus 90. Maybe just add 90 instead. Still going side to side, huh? Let's go grab that then. Wait, whoa. Let's try that. Hey, there we go. Okay, fantastic. Okay, but we can't go at the same time. Interesting. Why does it do that's -1? Huh. 35. I need to see which way. $90. I'm just gonna keep on testing this until it's working now. Okay, it's fine. Wait. Get forward vector. But I don't need. Oh, right. I'm a moron. This is how you do it. Cause I'm a moron. There we go. Now this should work. Okay, except. Okay, it's not the root component. We need the camera, the spring arm again, maybe? Get spring arm one? Let's keep trying. It's one of these. See, I don't need that up and down movement. Oh, what if we just get the get rotation, get control rotation, and then get the forward vector from that. Forward, back. No, I want this to move straight up. Wait. I actually think I just figured it out. Split this. Now what we need is the yaw. We need to minus 45. Split this. So x, y, z. A. Okay. Now the reason we have to minus this 45 is if we look at the player character, you'll see I rotated this 45. So it needs to be at 90 or negative 90. So that's why we minus that 45. So now if we go here and say build a house. Okay, so you see now we built the house. But what happens is that this static mesh needs to have no collision. Important. So check build house. It's now on the mouse. Perfect. So now what we need to do is when we create it, we need to set our world location. Set the world location of this entire thing. And I think we just crashed. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, so the new location. Okay, now my PC's frozen. It's weird. Alright, strange. Anyways. So our new location is actually our get under mouse, get hit. Oh no, we need to get controller. Then we need to get under mouse, get hit result under cursor by channel, visibility, perfect, split the structure, and then our hit location is the new location. So when we create it, there it is. Now it's underneath the mouse. Perfect, it will follow. As you can see, it's following. So now, instead of doing this constantly, we need to make it so that this only happens before we place it. So here is variable, and we're going to say proxy placed. This is a boolean. So event tick, we're going to check if we are placed. Well, as long as we're not placed, you can move this proxy. If it's placed, however, we don't want to move this proxy, so we don't do anything yet. Okay, compile, play. So here we go, house one. Okay, it's not placed, fantastic. Now what we need to do is, we need to somehow send our value that we have placed this thing now to this proxy. So let's try this. Let's try input left mouse button. Now when we press it, I want to print a string and just type here placed. Okay, so build house, so we have something. Okay, so the input variables don't fire. That's fine. So what we can do is, if false, we set the world location. Then we're going to make a function and say check if placed. So this what's basically going to happen is it's going to, on event graph, we're going to create, we're going to get player. Okay, so remember we're doing everything in the controller. So now what we're going to do is cast to the top-down controller. So that's what we're working in. And this you want to not watch, promote variable, and just call this our player controller. Now we're going to basically fire everything from here. So in our check if placed, we're going to grab our player controller. So then we need to somehow indicate that we're going to be placing. So left mouse button, here we go, it's our mouse event. We can obviously name it, but I'm not going to do it. Do you know how to make a build system that is like The Sims? Like click a begin point and then click the end point and a wall will be built to that length. Well, I'd have to think about it, but it seems like it would go with grids of some sort, probably. Give me a couple of days, I'll think about it, I'll let you know what I can come up with. Failed to save. Great, starting at shit again. That's why I really need, like, guys, our project is basically screwed until, like, the one that we started, until this gets updated to 4.17.2, because it just crashes. Doesn't save, it crashes, it's fucking useless. Should have just stuck in 4.16. And the thing is, like, we can go back to 4.16, but I'm gonna lose a lot of work that I did in 4.17 on 4.16. So I guess it's deciding what to do, really. I mean, I could technically do it if I had to. So you guys must just let me know if you want me to do that. So if we're gonna check, we're gonna do a couple of variables. So we're gonna say is in build mode. So that's the first boolean. So when we press it, we're gonna check, are we in build mode? Okay. So if true, So this is current building. Okay, so this current building, no, actually, current building proxy. There we go. So this is going to be our proxy, construction proxy reference. So what we're gonna do is when we create this proxy with our build menu, so here we go, we spawn the proxy. Now we need to, on event graph, on construct, we want to get player controller. Now the reason I'm doing this is basically because we can just cast. We can do this quite easily by just casting to the player once every time the thing is created. I can't use because VR messed up for some reason. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, it just crashes the project as soon as I try to open up like the shop manager. It just crashes. Player controller ref. I'm misspelling so much shit. There we go. So when we place the construction, we're going to grab our player controller ref, and then we're going to say set current building proxy to this, the one that we just created. Perfect. So now we have a reference of what to do. If we click, we don't even need this function anymore. So on our controller, if in build mode is true, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get current building proxy and then say set placed, set proxy placed to true. Cool. So now when we press B, actually here we go, when we place the construction, so we create it, we set the proxy, and then we need to set building mode, because otherwise we will not be building. Okay, compile. It's now top-down controller. So once we place the proxy, then we can set that we are no longer in build mode. Cool, so let's press play. Here's our house. We can now click, and it is now placed. So now we have our proxy set up, which is cool, right? So what do we do next? Well, what I want to do next is I want to change our character to have a slightly longer arm, because I would like to see some things better. There we go. Okay, there we go. House. There we go. We placed the house, and we can now carry on. So now let's build another one. Press B, house, and another house, which is progress. Cool. So what do we do next? Next, we now need to say check construction. Construction. Okay, so check construction. What this function is going to do is it's going to, every tick that the proxy is there, it's going to, well, not every tick, it's going to do it every second, let's say. It will check, is this construction complete? So that's the first thing it's going to do. So we're going to say function and just say check complete. So what happens is we're going to check if the construction is complete by saying, let's just think, how do we do this best? So variable, we're going to need a variable and just call it work done. So this is a float. So what we do is we say work done, does it equal, is it bigger or equal to 0? To 1, my bad. So when this is 1, that's pretty easy. We're just checking if it's complete. If true, if our work is done, then what I want to do is we should actually create a variable, and this will be our building to construct. The reason I'm doing this is so that we can just spawn the actor in that location instead. So this will be our building master blueprint. It's a soft object reference. That's something new. I'll have to check that out. So if true, if false, then we just return, and we return a false. Done. And we return false. If true, however, we want to spawn actor from class. Now the class we need is our building to construct. Get class. Perfect. Spawn transform is we need to self. Get location. Get world. Get world location. Default scene route. Oh, my bad. Self get transform. Get actor transform. Spawn transform. Great. Now building mesh for proxy. Is this making a proxy? Oh yes, that is right, it would do it. So building to construct, now we need to get mesh. Get the building mesh. Get mesh, okay, there we go. Get mesh for proxy. Fine, we'll do it that way. Okay, and then we want to return with a done true. Cool. So now this work done, I'm going to make public quickly so we can edit it in here. So what we want to do is build a house. I'm going to eject so we can edit this. Work done. Let's see, 0.9. I can't use. Will you add a system to destroy items to get new material to build it? Yeah, I guess we could do that. Well, let's see, 1. Oh, right, we actually need to check. Right, it would help if we actually check this. So, on event graph, if the proxy is placed, I want to check construction. That's basically what I want to do. And now in check construction, I want to check for completeness first. Compile, press play. So, house. Let's quickly just do this in a different way. So, where's our character? I want to just say input M. No, let's just say this button here. No, keyboard event. Pressed, we want to. No, undo that. Get actors of class. There we go. I just want to quickly do this. Get actors of class. This is construction proxy. Get copy. So for number 1, I want to set set progress. No, what do we call it? Building. Fuck, what is it called, guys? Work done. That's what it's called. Set the work done to get work done. Get work done. Plus 1.2, so I can just press it a couple of times and get to the thing. Okay, great. And I'm going to click print a string here. print string and just saying adding to construction. Okay, cool. Press play. Build a house and click. Okay. Right, because that's a debug key. Input U. I'm just gonna make U. So difficult. U. Adding to construction. Okay, that's fine. Wait, B house. There we go. So build menu. So U, 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 U. And we should add some sort of text to this so we can actually see text. Can we add a text here yet? Yes, text render. Cool. Turn it 90 degrees, make it a lot bigger. There we go. Drag this out here, and then we need to set the text. Okay, so event graph, check construction, check complete. Now what I want to do is I want to grab this text render, set text to our work done. So B house, place it. Now I just need to find where the hell is the text? Damn it. Ah, it's underneath, that's fine. There. Just do it. Just do it. Build house, there it is. Okay, 0. U. Okay. Still not doing it. That's fine. So now we check construction, check complete. So let's quickly do some debugging. I'm going to drag this over to this side. We need to make a house quick. Construction proxy. U. Oh yes, because I'm an idiot. Because here construction proxy. We actually need to add building to construct, instance editable, and exposed on spawn. It would help if we actually gave it the building, right? There we go. Fuck. Maybe we should give it a reference rather. Yeah, I think it's probably best is if we say this is our building MVP reference. So now you want to cast to building. Drag this off. Get. So now we can just get everything we need here. Okay, so we need to get construction time. Put that in there. Then we need to get mesh. And then this is the building to construct. There we go. Compile. What? Building to, that's fine. That's fine. So the building to build. So get class. Turn value incompatible. Okay, so let's just think how we can pass. Here we go, I guess Remote variable. I guess we could name this something like building to construct and then set it that way. So building to construct. How would we do this? Shit, why don't I remember how to do this now? Let me just think. Give me a second, I'm gonna think. Object. Okay, I guess, yeah, let's try this. Hot. Let's try this. Object a cost to building MVP. Just see if this works. I mean, if this works, then it works, but select A. Could probably let's try that. Compile. Press B. House. That's not working, so place construction. What is this? It's already a building, so you don't need to cost. Yeah, that's true. So there. There. And there. So now this is 500 by 500. 500. So now construction proxy mesh. Okay, so it is being created, but it's not setting the mesh. Oh, yes, because our hut building mesh for proxy, it's there. I'm very confused why it's doing this shit. Maybe we do this rather. On begin play, we set mesh. Could technically do this and say get mesh. Get mesh. Get static mesh. That's one way we could do it. But it doesn't go. I guess let's check the errors. Access 9 trying to building to build. Building to construct. So building to construct as we're sending here. Hut. I don't remember what's the other way to do this shit. What's now? So access not trying to set static mesh. Yeah, so it's struggling to place construction. So okay, fuck. I'm gonna cost this anyways because it doesn't seem to be doing it. Cost. So I swear, this cost thing, it doesn't do it. It fucks it out. And now it's not even doing it. Get. We need to get. What is this on the build menu? I guess what we could do is create like an array. So this is array of buildings. And this is just going to be our building master blueprint objects. And they're going to be an array. And here, gonna have a hut. Apparently we can't do that either. Why is this doing this? Like, soft class reference? I don't know what that is then, that's the only problem. Building. I guess class reference, sure. Here we go, hut. So now, get copy of hut, which is from 0. Cost to the hut, get object. How do I get an object from the fucking class? Construct an object from class, I guess. I guess this is fine. What is outer? Owner of the constructed object. I guess the proxy is the owner? No, world. No one. No one is the owner. Building mesh is hut. Great. Building to build. No, what's the issue? Proxy. What now? What is the issue? Cannot construct objects. Oh, fucking hell. Object. If we do this, so we spawn the actor, we set that as build the building, and then, is it gonna error out? Yeah, it is. And then I want to destroy this actor. Destroy. I guess let's try it this way, see if it works. Because I honestly do not remember how I cast it from... There we go. Okay, so now... current building property. Okay, so set proxy placed. So now in here... build menu, place construction. Oh, that's why. You. Hey, there we go. Okay, so it's working finally. Okay, so now what we do is when we construction proxy, when we check for our construction, and if it's complete, right, we want to spawn the new actor, and we want to actually destroy this actor and then return done. It technically won't return anything because it will destroy the actor, but if we say house and we say here's our house, build, and there's a perfectly cute little house. It is beautiful. So that's the building part of that done. Now, what errors did I get? Access to hut, my property, spinning kill from a function. That's fine. No, that's fine. Okay, cool. So that is working. Now, so what do we do now? Well, now we need to do a couple of things. So we can construct things. So let's quickly add a different... I guess let's quickly go open up Blender. We're gonna make a storage kind of thing, I guess. Add a mesh, a plane. Now I want to scale this to about 10. Wait, this is 5. There we go, 5. So here, now I want to subdivide this. There we go. Now I want to go face select just those. Extend them up. And that's going to be like our storage facility. Now I want to paint these. Okay, so this will be assign, create a new, and these will be like blue or whatever. I don't really care. There we go, a blue stockpile, perfect. Undo, file, export, FBX. Here we go, engine, asset. This is our storage, FBX. Cool. So now we need buildings. So we're going to create a new folder and call this storage. Now we need to make a child and call this our storage MVP. Now the reason I'm doing this is so we have like basically a master blueprint for all building types. So that's like our class defining. And then we have one for every type of building we have. So like residential and storage and mines. So basically this will basically be anything, any sort of structure that we can make. So now here's our storage blueprint we're going to create and just call this stockpile small. So I'm going to save. So there's our stockpile. So the mesh we need to import. So we're going to create a new folder, meshes. Then we need to import here storage. Sure. Now I want to see this material. We're gonna quickly change it. I guess like this. There. This urine yellow. Da 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 da. Okay, cool. So here's our storage container. Oh, it's actually pretty good size as well. Okay, fantastic. Ugh, why is this level save shit doesn't want to work now? So here's our stockpile. Our mesh will be our storage. Where is it? This is very strange. Okay, it's also set it here. Storage. There we go. Storage. Building type will be storage. Now the things we need to build this will be, let's say, 50 wood and 100 stone. Just so you guys know, I will be making like a proper tutorial of this. So we're basically just doing like this to figure everything out now, and then we'll make a proper tutorial later on. So now when we go into build menu, event craft designer, so the stockpile, when we click the button, so we need to add another building. This will be our stockpile. Great, so all of this is basically now just gonna get copied, and it's gonna go for number 1. We can technically make this a function as like create construction, and then we do a select, and then it sends the, yeah, that's probably what we're gonna do. So now if we press play, this should, there you go, there's the stockpile. We create it. Let's quickly finish it. There's our stockpile. It is beautiful. Now let's add a house next to it. The next thing I want to do is I want to check that it's not going to be hitting anything. So in this construction script now that we have, so we can build, yeah, but we just building. It doesn't matter how many resources we have, how much everything we have, we can just build. So what we're going to have to do is actually add an inventory system, firstly, and secondly, we're going to have to make it so that the construction proxy actually grabs our inventory while we're within the area. So let's do just small things at a time first. So this scale, I want to quickly change this to 0.5 because reasons. Great, it will always spawn and ignore collisions. And the construction as well, we need to, oh, actually, that's fine. Well, we'll keep it as is for now. So, there we go, stockpile. It'll make it nice and big, but when we finish, it'll be a bit smaller. So, let's quickly change that completely. Where's our stockpile? This building mesh, I'm going to reset it. Okay, and what I'm actually going to do is go meshes, storage, save, and then we need to find the build options. Import somewhere here. There we go, build settings. We want to change this to like 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Apply changes and save. Okay, cool. So now if we press B and build a stockpile, there we go, it's a bit smaller. Perfect. B, build a house. Now as you can see, it will basically add construction to the first place thing, then the next place thing. So what we can do now is construction proxy, this box. So let's say we can build things. I want to click enable so we can see this. I want to see it in the game. If we press play, let's just see what these look like when we actually create them. So there's the construction proxy for the house. This is in this area we can build the house. Okay, then so now we added it. Yeah, sure. We're gonna have to destroy it anyways. So then stockpile. This is the area that we can build in the stockpile. Now I want to see what the and we get boosted up. Cool. Alright, so that is the stockpile, and that's done. So we can see that while we are within that area, that's when we want to be able to build things. So now we're going to do that like this. We're going to save everything. Let's just close everything up that we don't need, like this. What we're going to be working in, I'm actually just going to close all other tabs, and I'm going to open up just the things we need to work in. So what do we need to work in? Good question. We need our construction proxy and our character controller. Cool. So when I'm going to go to our event graph, it's a little bit messy here. We'll clean it all up. So this box. What are we doing with this box? Well, we're going to say add an event for collision when we begin the overlap. If this other actor get class and this other actor is us, so our top-down character, right? So if this is true, so if it's happening, we're going to be setting this as our current proxy. So what we're going to do here is set, we need to cast this first, my bad, cast to top-down controller. No, wait. Oh, shit. Well, let's see if this will work. Print a string casted or failed. Okay, compile. Play. Stockpile. Okay, let's see. Failed. Yeah, okay, because it's gonna fail because it's getting the character instead. That's fine. So we're gonna cast to top-down character. Then we're going to need to get the controller, and then we're going to cast to the controller. This is quite a cast to player controller. Okay, and then, well, then I want to set our construction. What's it? Set proxy. People, where did we do this? Current building proxy. That's in the controller. Current. Oh, that will help. Cast to top-down controller. There we go. I was wondering, why are we not finding what we need? 1 second. Yes, Pandora, I am still listening. Don't. Current. Set the current building proxy to self. Cool. So now instead of setting this as the current building proxy, Pandora. Damn it, Pandora, you're becoming very glitchy. Right, so we need to change one more thing then. We need to open up our build menu. And in this, yeah, we don't need to set this anymore. But we do need to set that we are in building mode. And we'll definitely make this a function. Okay, compile and play. So now if we build a house, it still does it. Oh, that's right, because what we're doing is on U, because we're not doing that here. Damn it, I forgot about that. That should have reminded me. Now I can close. Now in the controller, I'm going to say if we are in build mode, proxy placed. Perfect. Now if we're not in build mode, but is in actually wait, we'll say tool build tool equipped, and we need to also have one is in proxy. So is in build zone. So if we're no longer in build mode, but we are in a build zone and we are in the build zone and we have our build tool equipped, this will be default on, because otherwise things will become very difficult to watch. Okay, so well, when we create the proxy, so this is setting the current proxy, and we also need to set in range, set in zone. There you go, set is in building zone to true. Now on this component on end overlap, there we go. What we're gonna do is this exact thing, but opposite order. So still going to cast everything, but then we're gonna set. Can we get like a null? No. And we're no longer in building zone. Okay. So let's find out now if this works. So we're gonna press build a house. Now, no, it's not placing things. Where is it not placing? Build set proxy placed. Okay, so yeah, so we'll have to set. Okay, so damn it, we should have just done this. Set current building proxy, because we're still in placement mode, that's why. So once we've set it, so then in our controller, if we are no longer in building mode, proxy placed, we are no longer in build mode, and then set the current building proxy to nothing. There we go, that will work. Okay, so if we press play now, build a house. Okay, so there we go, it is in its building mode. Now if I press U, I'm going to keep doing it and nothing is happening. Actually, I don't think, I think I know why nothing's happening, because we actually don't have this done. So if we left mouse button while we're in the build zone with the build tool equipped, then what we want to do is we want to grab our current building proxy, set progress, set work work done. Get work done plus 0.1. I'm just going to say 0.5 because I don't want to click too many times. 0.5, there we go. If false, then you don't do anything. Cool. So now when we go house, so now we can place it again. Current building property. Why? Why did you not place it? There we go. Okay. So now we're clicking the left mouse button, but now we're in the zone and we can build by left clicking. So now what we do is we place a stockpile over here. Okay, it does this weird shit. Hold on, I want to places the house. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna call that a day for now. I want to go eat lunch. So we have the basics done. We can now select what we want to build. Here's a stockpile, for example. Now we can run to the zone. Click, click, and do it. So now we need to come up with a formula. Why is it? Oh, right. Because when it does it, always spawn. No collisions. Huh. It's when we place it. Proxy placed. Okay, let me just check that this is no collision. Don't generate overlaps. Just plain and simple. Yeah, okay, so let's just check this again. Current set proxy placed in graph input top-down controller. Input proxy placed. Current build. Okay, so this gets cleared. So maybe we do this. So we place the proxy and we set that we're no longer in building mode. Just trying to think where to put this proxy. Clear. Maybe we don't clear it here. Maybe we should clear it once here. When we place it, then we get our player controller and then set proxy to nothing. That might work. So house, put it there. No. What? Why? Ah! Go away. Access none. Trying to read property. Current building proxy from set proxy placed. it is doing it. Yeah, it's right here. I guess save and then press play. Okay. Top-down controlling. This is all from there. Attempted to assign none. Set the proxies placed of the current building proxy. So what the fuck? Now what we could do is, instead of setting it here, we set it over here. So when we create it, then I want to set building proxy. Or we could use a different variable name. It's another thing we could do self. Where do we switch off the... So print string is build mode. Okay, great. Save. Press play. House. Build mode. Okay, so then print string out of build mode. I want to know when we go out and when we go in. Build mode. Out of build mode. Okay, maybe I think I know the issue. I think this is the issue. No? Oh, come on. Okay, it's not even that. This is very strange. Still doing it. Okay, fine. Let's debug this, because this is the issue. Okay. Now it fucking works. Oh, that's so annoying. Why is it working now? Alright, this is weird. It's now working all of a sudden. I guess Okay, so it's when it's colliding with something, it doesn't do it. But that's fine, because we're going to stop it from doing that. So I want to add one here. Now it's working fine. Okay. Alright, so next what we need to do is, well, I'm going to go eat, because I'm pretty damn hungry. Then I have some work to do. But I think for today, this was good. So what we need to do next? What is in our to-do list? Let me quickly grab a piece of paper so I can write this all out. So on our to-do list is the following. We need to make rotate proxy. Okay, so we need to rotate the proxy. Well, we need to be able to rotate the proxy. Then we need to make sure it isn't colliding. So we need to be able to rotate the proxy. We need to make sure that it's not colliding with anything and thus cannot spawn. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to have it check with the mesh probably if it's colliding. So we will have to enable those overlap events again, which is fine. I just disabled them to see if it was causing the issue. And then we need to use materials from player inventory to build. So that's the three things we're going to do probably tomorrow evening. Is we're going to make it so we can rotate the proxy, make sure that it isn't colliding with anything, and obviously change its ghost image if it is. And then we're going to make an inventory system for our player so that we can actually use materials within our inventory to build this thing. So here is, now we just need to make the mine, but here we can make the house. And we'll also add like a little bar to show how far the thing is instead. There we go, we built the house. Stockpile. We built the stockpile. Because we're cool like that. Then we can build another house. But as soon as it's colliding, oh, it still works here. But I'm so confused. Why does it? This is so strange. Alright, that's fine. House. There. So it's the house that's causing the issue. Let me try place a stockpile in that little area then. Yeah, okay, so it's these cubes. What is wrong with you guys? Technically, we don't even need these cubes, yeah. So yeah, then we'll make a more flat world to test this with. So everything will be awesome. Thank you very much for joining, guys. I shall see you guys tomorrow. Oh, before I go, I did want to explain something. I made this building resources needed. It's just a struct that has resource and amount. So what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to check the struct of each construction proxy. As you can see, I made a array of materials needed, which is the struct. So if we add, we can say like stone 50, wood 100, and then we'll be able to take that off the player and build with it. Cool. So that's the one thing that I didn't show you guys, is just that. What else did I not show you? Maybe oh yes, the building type, just none, housing, storage, or industrial. And then the resource type I've already shown you guys in the beginning. Build menu, just simple. Other than that, not much changed. Just a couple of things in here, like the building resource requirements, so that we know how much we need for the resources. Then the construction time, the building mesh for the proxy, which we technically don't need anymore, but we'll keep it there for now. Alright, fantastic. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me. I shall see you guys tomorrow, or a little bit later, it depends. Maybe I might come back on later. I'll have to see how things go with work. But yeah, thank you very much. I shall see you guys soon.